what a chump. Can't you see what we're walking out on? The grind. 365 days a year.
How many are there?
36. Counted them myself.
36! But last year I had 37!
God, place is a mess.
Meth? You're worried about a little meth? There's nothing here a little spit shine wouldn't fix.
I ought to kill you right now.
What a very private place for a murder.
The lady who put the BS in BSN. It's Carolyn Sheridan from the Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Time once again to see what we can do to help our family farmers.
We've got her, Carolyn Sheridan, Ag Health and Safety Alliance. How you doing, Carol?
I'm doing good. Good morning, Al.
Good morning.
Yeah, you've been up for hours. Hours.
I have.
I know. I just wanted to say that, well, because it's like the longest day of the year is coming up. Like, isn't that the 22nd in a couple days?
No, it actually, strange you bring that. I had a piece of paper with that on it. It's today. It starts at 10:48 this evening for 24 hours. It'll be the sun most directly over the earth, like 20, in the evening, Eastern time. How does that work? Because it's a big round ball and the other side of the earth will be starting it. So, I mean, so we go for 24 hours from 10:40 something tonight, Eastern time. Yeah. This is the longest day of the year. Boy, that brings up memories. So about 10, 15 years ago, we started this thing, the summer solstice.
Oh,
and it was the longest golf day of the year. Whatever that day was.
You golfed the whole day?
From dawn till dusk. At one point, we had 140 knuckleheads that would all get out, and we'd game after game, round after round, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the golf course. I remember sitting hole number 4, and you're literally just seeing dawn come, and you're like, time to go, boys. And I never hurt so bad the next day.
I was going to say, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I imagine if it wasn't just golfing, there's a lot of eating and perhaps some drinking and maybe some cigars.
Well, you understand you must stay hydrated out there, so there might have been some drinking. And it's golf, so of course cigars. Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal on a man's whole body from start to finish. Then you were so dead tired. But guys,
that's a lot. How many holes would you? How much?
We played a minimum of 4 rounds, and then some guys, because the sun wasn't quite down yet, even the rest were like, "I'm done. We can play 4 more," and they'd run out. And I have a lot of more than crazed friends. So summer solstice has always been a great.
So
and it didn't matter.
Do that? You're obviously not doing that today. Well, you gave me the look. The people that really you should join us and watch, because Al has I have what people call the look as well. If I'm annoyed, but Al has this other look, like, oh, come on, you're such an idiot, Carolyn. I think that's what that look meant.
Well, I am no longer the specimen I was in my 30s. I play a round of golf 2 days in a row. And I must have another day off. So I'm not playing 4 in a day. No, it's not happening.
No, you're not. You're smarter. You're not.
No, I can't. I would love it. I can't. It hurts. Things hurt.
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah. Well, so if you put that into the farming, talk about farming and the longest day of the year, people are at this time of year putting in long hours. Like the sun's still.
Oh. Every farmer. Now, I'm going to just cut you off. So I don't know where you got rain.
Look out.
I'm cutting you off.
Yeah. I can tell you, just wait, Al. You just have to let me finish my thought.
Go ahead.
When I was young, in my prime, I guess we would say, growing up, and Dad and Mom were telling us what to do. We walked beans for so many hours. That's back in the day when you walked them, or you picked up rocks, and people still pick up rocks. They really do. Mm-hmm. And it's a long day, so there's a lot of sunshine. Yep. So, yeah.
Now, here it comes. You can complain as a farmer. It's the longest day and we got so much work to do.
Well, there's a lot happening right now with spraying fields and
the terribly long day of sitting in your air-conditioned cab spraying. I got it. Here's the thing.
Yeah. Okay,
You're not going to let me say this, are you? Here's the thing.
I'm not. I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna talk over Al until it's break time. That would be something if I could actually do that. It would be Al is
if you could, I would put my money on it. You could do it.
Al is unable to talk because I keep talking because Al's going to have some derogatory comment.
It's not derogatory. Okay, no,
we are.
I'm tired of being. Oh, it's the longest day of the year. Here are my farming friends.
It's great. I love the longest day of the year. I like it till it gets gets dark late.
And then why'd you start with all the whining about work to do?
I wasn't whining.
You were picking up rocks and walking the beans
I didn't like it.
Going to hell. You were whining. Here's the thing. At least in southern Minnesota, and I believe everybody Burns got the rain, they could not have a more perfect summer for farming. It rained again last night. It's going to be 100 degrees with sunshine everywhere this weekend. You can, this is no lie, on my golf course, you go to hole number 4, right next to the guy's cornfield. You can hear it. You can hear it grow. You can hear it.
It is.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So, yep, long day of growth.
Yeah, by tomorrow, really seriously, the corn will grow. And it was always this, where they say knee high by the 4th of July. That doesn't happen anymore. It's like you're up to your shoulders. I will admit that around this part of the state, when it rains a lot like this, we got a lot of PSTD happening here because this is the 22nd is June is when Spencer flooded. And I believe that Wilmer, Minnesota has some bad flooding right now. Is that not true?
Yeah, for some reason, and how this all went, they got 5 inches out of nowhere when I got half an inch here. I mean, it just... So, yeah, we have issues, but I'm just saying it's the longest day of my money growing in the field. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here's 12 and a half hours of gorgeous, baby.
Yeah, it's called heat units. We've got a lot of
there you go.
Yeah, heat units happening today for sure.
Now, what I don't understand is you lollygagging around not getting to the topic, because this scares me. This is, for me, a radio guy, this scares me quite a little bit for my farming buddy.
That we're only going to talk? And we're not going to actually have a topic.
We might want to get somewhere. Guess what? It's going to be 100 degrees all over Minnesota in the next 3 days. I would like farmers to please, and Carolyn doesn't seem to care, but I do. Stay hydrated, please, people. Keep an eye on your skin.
Keep in mind what hydration actually means. So when Al said he was spending hours and hours on the golf, and I said possibly some drinking was happening, that perhaps could have been alcohol beverages. So you need the
perhaps.
And
who are you fooling with? Perhaps massive amounts of liquor were consumed on the summer solstice.
Al ended up his day, as did his buddies, very dehydrated based on the large amount of liquid that was consumed. It was non-water related. Well, it was water related at one point. Yeah, that's true. So really, I was thinking, I actually had a couple topics. I thought, no, I don't want to talk about that. So we're just generalizing today. We're just doing some summer safety on the farm. And you know what, Allie brought up the biggest one for today. Isn't it supposed to be like, what did you say?
We're going to be in the 98 this weekend, and Hondo, the heat index, which, by the way, just pick a number. This idea that wind chill or the heat index or whatever. You know what people used to say back in the day before some guy invented the index?
What'd they say?
Holy Hannah, it's hot and humid out here. And now, we got a number for it. It's 98 degrees, but it feels like 104. I don't care. I don't really care what the number. What's it feels like? That's the number it should be. This sucks.
Yeah, that's for anybody that comes from a dry state like Arizona. My niece just was here for Arizona for a whole week, and she'll say, "Oh man, you can feel the humidity here in Iowa because Arizona is so dry." Yeah. So, but it does make a difference, and if you got all this rain, so you're right. Stay hydrated.
I'm right. Will you say that again, please? Say that again. I'm right.
I know.
I don't think I've heard that in 4.5 years.
I'm done with saying you're right, Al.
Can we also say like the allergy index? Another waste.
Oh, yes.
What a waste. The allergy index. People are inventing crap because you're in meteorology and you just have enough new stuff to talk about. It's been raining and snowing for years. So let's come up with an allergy index. You know what, guys like me that have allergies? We wake up and know if it's a good day. Don't have to read it on my Weather Channel app.
I was trying to promote the AQI a couple of weeks ago.
What is the AQI?
The Air Quality Index. And I was talking, which is similar
the AQI. The AQI is what we like to call it, the AQI.
And you really laid it on thick with me. Like you said exactly the same thing. So Al doesn't want an app to tell him anything. He doesn't.
No, tell me what I want. Give me the actual temp and how you're going to feel about it. I'll tell you how I feel, but you just give me the basics. Boy, it's humid and hot. It feels like 105. I'll tell you that. My allergies are bad
today.
Better check the AQI and see if I got bad out. Come on.
No, that was more of a anyway. So we'll go back to the heat part of it. Not only do we want it, you really do know need to know the signs of heat-related illness. So it's interesting. I would be interested to know if on that solstice, like golfing thing, if anybody actually got sick on the course, like if they had
due to
heat
sun, you
illness.
mean? Due to sun and
Due to the heat, like the sweaty muscle spasms, feeling a little.
We did this 4 or 5 years in a row. And I don't think we had any injury. Well, I don't think I ran him over on that day. No, we did have no injuries.
Injuries. I was talking heat-related illness.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But,
actually,
I ran an 80-year-old man over once with a golf cart. It's a whole story.
And they let you back. They let you back on the course, or did you kill him?
It was his fault. It was completely his fault.
That's the way it always is. It's their fault. Yeah. If all else fails, blame somebody else.
He got out of the cart, walked behind the cart. No one was there, and I ran him over. It helped his golf game. He had a terrible shot. He was a yippy putter, means he had no control. But once I ran over his leg for like the next 3 weeks, he had to stand pretty firmly planted so he wouldn't fall over. Improved his putting like nobody's business.
So did you run him over again once a year to help
No. Long story about Ed, and his Ed Hiley. God love the guy. I went to his funeral. Wasn't because of this. This was years later. And I meet his daughter. I said, I'm Al. You're the one who ran over Dad. Thank you.
It was the family story. They probably
he said he loved telling the story, and they brought it up at his funeral. So I went to a funeral down in Iowa, and they brought it up. I got to go to break. Why are we talking about this? We have yet to talk about why.
Yeah, we did.
Farmers
we did talk about something that you suggested. It was heat-related.
I'm not done with it, though. Here's my thing with these farmers. We're going to, when we come back, here's the thing. Farmers will tell you about the heat units that they need to make corn jump up in the air. They're all giddy about it. They understand heat units, but not staying hydrated. I think we're talking down to these kids. They understand it. We'll be back after this. We've got her, Carolyn Sheridan, Ag Health and Safety Alliance.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called Dust Lock. Dust Lock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with Dust Lock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
amongst friends. The Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
I've got our Carolyn Sheridan, Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Before I hold her feet to the fire on this whole hydration thing, I want to say thank you for the comments on my dad's photo that I put on about, but it does prove my point. Can you tell me two happier guys? They got the fedoras on. They're smoking cigars.
It was a
Come
great
on.
Picture. It cannot be any better than that. That was a great photo.
My wife did it, and it's whenever Dad felt good enough in the last year, if he had a good day, he'd call and say, "Come on over," and I'd race over with one of his favorite cigars, an Ave Maria, free plug for them. I get none free, and we'd have cigars. And my wife took that photo, and that photo, the weird thing about it, it's one of those first really quick breaks we had in the weather, like in March and April, got so springy. Yes. That was just 3-4 months ago, and he's passed now, so he went downhill pretty fast. But I thank you for saying that. Now back to the farmer thing.
Yes, back to the
these guys and gals, these farmers
guys and gals, farmers.
Yes, they understand heat index and how that affects corn and soybeans. Their scientific range of the heat index is 62 or whatever.
Units. Yeah.
So they know this, and yet we think we have to remind them, stay hydrated. Oh, really?
But
is it?
It's true.
Hot?
It's true. It's true for everybody, not just the farmers. It's true for young kids that are playing sports right now. I can tell you that the coach is reminding. If the coach isn't, he should be. The parents are reminding kids need to stay hydrated. Same for everybody, not just farmers. We get busy, or else we didn't bring our water jug along, whatever that may be. But you're right, to stay hydrated, absolutely. But even so, if the heat units are high and your corn is growing, then we know that you absolutely need to be drinking a lot of water, right? So maybe we should just say that.
Well, where are you, Nurse Ratchet, on water versus, say, what? A Gatorade or something?
Nurse
Do you even know that reference? I
do know that reference, yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of the greatest movies ever. So this is almost a compliment. So, where are you with water?
Almost.
Well, because you take it wrong because it's a 100-year-old movie. It's not what I mean.
No. If I qualify.
Water versus a Gatorade or one of them hydrating, electrolyte things. Which would you rather?
I think that I think it's a combination. I do think that there's electrolytes that are added that are important. And if you're sweating a lot, you may need to replenish your electrolytes as well. So it also has to do with your electrolyte balance within your body.
Okay, that's just wrong. No, it's wrong. The best, let me be honest, the best thing is, and I will tell you this, and most farms have them, the pump outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And you turn that bad boy on.
The hydrant, yeah.
And then you grab my uncle used to have a tin cup.
Yes,
that sat there, and it gets ice cold from the water down, and you drink that, and then you realize this cup's been outside my uncle's house for about 16 years in a row and has never been washed, and it didn't matter because the water tasted that good. That's the water. That's what you should have said, not Gatorade.
And most times that's well water, right? Which does taste different, and it is. I think it's colder now. Our hydrant comes from the rural water. But it's still cold. I mean, we absolutely. Yeah,
Are you really on a farm? Really, you have city water? You're not on a farm.
No,
I'm sorry, you're now off the farm.
It's not city water. It's rural water. It comes from an aquifer. But yes, that's what we have because we don't.
Do you have one of those well pumps outside in your yard with the red handle on the thing?
We have two of them.
Well, then you're on the farm. But you got to drink out of it, even though the cup's never been washed. You have to.
Right.
That's what.
But it's tin. It's tin. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you did have a question. Most times water is adequate. If you're doing the long day golf thing on the summer solstice, you should probably maybe have a little bit of the
Mountain Dew vodka. Yeah. Oh no. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Got lost.
Those things. So we're going to get a couple points out though, because we have been talking about heat-related illness. Yeah. There we go. So heat stroke is an emergency. So there is one that's an emergency if you're hot, flushed skin, confusion, beyond normal confusion, those sorts of things. Seizures, convulsions, we could probably identify that somebody needs to seek medical attention then. But otherwise, if you're feeling a little dizzy, nauseated, those sorts of things, get in, get cooled down, drink plenty of water, and seek medical attention if needed. How'd we do, Al?
You did fantastic. Can't believe you got all that out. You
it's
really
like
did.
Me telling you that you did a good job. You now told me I did fantastic.
You did do fantastic. We got to fly right out of time. See you next week.
All right. See you next week.
Carolyn Sheridan's Ag Health and Safety Alliance.
Have a good weekend.